to keep it local. So maybe you're like me and you're not too crafty when it comes to putting together the holiday things that you put out around the house. Well, Roxia is with someone who can help, and she's using those leftover gourds from the fall season.
Some gourds. We're going to turn these into these. So I can't wait to do it. Elida Fields is going to show us how to do this. It's really easy. You've been doing this with your kids for the holidays.
Yeah, it's a great idea that if you farm at all and you have a little garden and you have leftover gourds and they look a little bit like this, and that's something where we can lead in. To dry your own gourds, the best way to do that, and I talked with some local farmers, is just to leave them, cut them off the stem, and then leave them someplace in a compost pile. But you've got to wait. You've got to be patient, like 6 months to 9 months. So I'm not patient.
Yeah, I was going to say
if you're not patient and you're ready to paint like now, then you can go to also some local farms. I went with my kids to Busy Farms in Vancouver, and they were great. We just got to dig through a big bin, and the kids got to pick which ones.
Now, what do you do with this? I mean, they look great, but what do you do with this?
These are great. You know, I pull these out and put them on like our coffee table, and you could put a really pretty wreath around them to get them more wintry, Christmassy.
And there's all kinds of shapes and sizes. So let's start.
Absolutely.
Let's start here. What do I need to do?
First things first, you're going to grab and pick out which gourd you want to do. You want to do the little guy, and I'll do a big guy just so that we can mix it up. Yes. And so now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to work, and I know I left instructions on how to do this as well that you can get on my website. So if you get going and you forget where we're at, just go to my website. It says Get Nartsy. Click on that, and then you'll be able to get the instructions. So you want to take a nice, pretty good size brush, a 1/2 inch to an inch, and we're going to go with a warm color. So we're going to stay away from the blues. We're going to stay more in our reds and our yellows. So we're going to just rock this in about 4 minutes. Yes, you can pick any color, but I'm going to start with yellow and maybe mix a little bit. And then I'm going to start going here on my gourd.
Oh, cool.
And you just
don't
kind
be
of
afraid to mix,
Don't be afraid. Mixing is your friend. Yes, and it's okay if you get a little bit on your hand. That's all right. It's totally, that's part of the fun. And if you're doing this with your kids, and speaking of kids, I have to give a little shout out to my kids. Hi, guys.
Oh, they're watching Mom.
They're watching Mom, and my Art Van Gogh kids that I teach classes to. Hi to you guys. So if you're doing this with your kids, that's part of the fun, is making the mess.
Right.
And it's not, I think we have this mentality that as we paint, it's like paint by numbers. Notice that I haven't washed my brush not one time. And you just keep dipping.
So what if I were to mix like a third color? Would that be okay? Or is that kind of...
No, that's against the rules, Roxia.
What?
Yeah, third colors don't happen. No, absolutely. Pick a third, pick a fourth. The more the merrier. Stick it on, and as you're going, I'm overlapping.
Do you have like
with a little bit of gold, and
do you have kind of like do you go vertical, horizontal, or does it matter what the brush strokes are?
It doesn't matter. You're just doing a great job. That's absolutely beautiful, phenomenal. She wins the award for whipping through it.
Right.
And work your way down. As we get closer to the bottom, you kind of want to work from one direction down. So notice as I'm going kind of horizontally on mine here, I guess, and that way as I'm working down and we get closer to the bottom, we're going to flip these over.
Like this?
Absolutely.
Can I do that?
And I'm just using one of my cups here from the house. Perfect. If you've got a bigger one like this one, as I get closer to go to the bottom, the nice thing is we're using acrylic paints.
Right.
So these are water soluble. So, if you are working with the kids and they go, oh my goodness, Mom, I got it on my hands, or, Mom, I got it on my face, that happens right on. It's totally okay.
Don't get
Wash
mad.
them with soap and water.
Could you, I have a random question. Could you, sponge paint this?
You could probably sponge paint it.
And how thick should you make the paint? Because I kind of want to pile it on.
Well, I know, and I like what you're doing. And that's the whole, why not?
So I have some art
Absolutely, you do have some art abilities. I'm loving it.
And how long does it take to dry? Because I'm pretty much done here. I actually did it in 4 minutes.
Yes. You give it maybe 20 minutes. And then we're going to finish off at the end. We spray it with the final spray.
Got it. All right, well, we're going to work on this. But, Jenny, I have a gourd in just 4 minutes. Amazing, isn't it?
Yes, definitely something I would probably mess up.
All right.
Okay, thanks, Roxia.